You are now listening to Oversaturated, the podcast, hosted by Johnnie and Ralph. Now let's get it.
Welcome to another episode of Oversaturated, the podcast, where we discuss music, movies, pop culture, and everything in between. I'm Johnny.
And I'm Ralph.
Welcome to episode number 227.
Man, 227, man. I'm Ryu Ralph this week.
Ryu Ralph? Okay, Street Fighter reference.
Hey, man, look, I'm scraping for the bottom of the barrel with these AKAs, man. I'm trying to keep them fresh.
Now, just for that, now we got to get you on Street Fighter 6. You got to play Street Fighter 6 now. Yeah.
But I ain't picking Ryu, though.
That's fine. New listeners, please follow us on all social media. Facebook, just search Oversaturated the podcast. Twitter is Oversat Podcast. Instagram is Oversat the podcast. And our email is oversatpodcast@gmail.com. And please be sure to check out our website, oversatthepod.com. Anything you need to know about OS is there.
Yes, sir. If you want to follow us individually, I'm the Mind of Ralph across your social media platforms.
Yeah, on Twitter, I'm JON2_ the letter B. On Instagram, I'm JBS_ESL_AAMU. Also, special shout out to WDJY FM 99.1 in Atlanta.
ATL, ho.
Shout out to OS Gang down there in Georgia. Ralph, I'm just going to hit this.
Can you feel it? Can you feel it?
Extended.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But no, I'm cool, man. Just relaxing. Just I feel refreshed. I feel good. You know what I'm saying? I don't look like what I've been through. Or maybe I do. You know what I'm saying? Like one of them. I do. I ain't been to the barbershop. I ain't had a retwist, man. I'm out here. Bang.
I swear I ain't been to
But listen though.
Definitely going this week.
Oh yeah, definitely going this week. Oh, I'm finna be a new nigga by Thursday. Oh man, don't even talk to me.
Different bag.
Hold on, you seen that video where dude go to the barbershop and he has like the voiceover like leave me alone, I'm for the streets.
Yeah.
Like call his wife
Yes,
like you hear that? That's the street.
That's hilarious.
That's me on Thursday.
Hey, talk about it. Talk about
Respectfully.
it. And when did it become a trend for men not to be able to like go run errands after a haircut? Because it's been a thing forever, but now all of a sudden we can't do it.
Well, you know what it is. We've always had that fresh fade confidence. Like when you know the lining, the vibranium lining,
Man,
like
look.
the vibranium liners have touched your skin. Like you are a different person.
This is the thing. We've always said that we learned the formula for a slope in high school, middle school, y equals mx plus b.
Oh, really?
Y'all said we never used it, but we use it every time we get our lining because we got to make sure it's straight. And if it's slanted, it's a problem.
Yeah,
we've been using it forever. Yeah. Y'all like the slope slope lining too. So yeah, but it's definitely a different feeling, man.
Yeah. It's a different feeling. Like that fresh fade confidence, man, is a different person. Man. So. You know, our ladies try to put those respective leashes on us. Man, I want to go pick up my dry cleaner. I want to go to Target. Give me some Shea Moisture
Come
products.
on now.
You know
I may be out of soap. I may be out of soap and deodorant. I need to go re-up on that.
Facts.
Hey, now if I go take a stroll through the clearance aisle or through the electronics, I'm just gonna do that. Yeah. I mean, I gotta cut through the baby section. It's there. Listen. That's how you get there quick. Listen, I'm an avid Target shopper. Okay,
Johnny is a sniper. That's what I'm saying. Stop talking.
Hey, don't I'm about to say don't say that out loud.
I mean,
like, what do you?
You telling on yourself, it ain't me. I'm trying to save you. You know what? I did make it obvious.
That's what I'm saying.
It's like I gotta walk through this section to get there. Oh, that's crazy.
That's crazy. That's crazy. But anyway, I'm good.
Woo,
it's lit.
Hold on,
Look, the weather is finally weathering.
Man, listen, bro. I hate Midwest weather. We talk about this. We think when spring is finally sprung, it goes back to 40 degrees.
Man,
like,
look.
It's like I've cut the heat on. I cut the heat and the air on so many. I give up. I just be cold. I'll just be cold. You know, fuck it.
I definitely turned my heat back on yesterday. I'm not gonna lie.
I was like,
it was
bro,
cold
I
as hell in
can't
the
do
house.
this. I can't do this anymore. And the local people that have Ameren, like you know the plight that we're dealing with. Like, you know, to our listeners that are in different cities, different areas, or even abroad. Like, I'm not sure how they give it up where y'all live, but here,
Listen,
you better commit to one.
Man, look.
Cause they gonna get you.
Cause the back and forth, it's definitely gonna double. It's gonna double the what you got to pay for that month. So,
Exactly.
but I'm gonna have to eat it because look, it was freezing here yesterday.
Hey, yo.
I ain't gonna lie about it. So.
I got you. I know. I'm childish.
I'm just saying that's the sniper coming out.
what
But
the-
anyway, look. So with that being said, I hope everybody has had a great week.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. So what we getting to?
Man, off the
Off the
dome,
dome.
man. I got one for you, music related, man. I think you'll enjoy it.
Let's do it.
Name an artist that you're absolutely a fan of, but you never have to see perform live.
That's funny.
Like you never. And if you need time, I got my answer locked and
Yeah,
loaded.
Who you got?
Anthony Hamilton. I
Okay.
never have.
Okay.
It's a particular thing about going to concerts at my age, right? I'm too young to be with the old heads, and I'm too old to be with the youngins, right?
I feel
So imagine how you feel going to see Tyler Creator, because the kids look up to Tyler, but you're older than Tyler, so it's kind of like, I have fun here. I like these songs,
Right.
But it's like, the kids.
See, yes,
That-
you're
That's my analogy for you. Like, but you've gone to see Tyler, so that doesn't necessarily apply. The reason I say Anthony Hamilton is because it's the old niggas, and it's like I didn't realize y'all old niggas was listening to Anthony Hamilton when I was. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, even though he made mature music, but it's just like, nah, I don't want y'all here at the concert being old. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like big ass brims and shit. Like, get the fuck old, bro.
Hey,
like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like a particular crowd of people I want to stay away from. It's like I would never go to a gospel concert. Like, I like Kurt Franklin, but I'm not going to.
yeah, nah.
But the praise teams in the back, shut the fuck up. If he wanted you to sing, he would have had you on stage too.
Said that.
Shut up.
He said it.
He would have said that.
Now, have you seen Anthony Hamilton before and
No.
just don't want to go back, or you just never seen him?
No, I've never seen him live, and I would love to, but I just know the type of crowd that he attracts. So it's kind of like, you know what? I'm gonna just do myself a disservice by even coming here.
That's funny.
Like, I'm gonna be annoyed at the whole crowd, and that's the thing. It has nothing to do with him as an artist. It's the crowd.
It's the crowd.
I am good. The how y'all doing tonight, niggas? I am straight
on them. So okay, can my answer be a person I've already seen?
Well, if it fits into this criteria, I guess so. Yeah.
I don't think I ever want to see Busta Rhymes perform again.
Why not? Now this sound more artist centric.
Yes,
than actually
it
in the
is.
crowd.
When you sent me the clip of him that you said he was scatting, listen. Okay, first of all, I think I'm well documented on my love for Busta Rhymes as an artist from day one, right?
Day one.
Now, Busta Rhymes is very much known for his fast rapping, his fast flow. One of his most iconic verses is the verse on "Look at Me Now."
Yeah.
At his age, I think it's time for him to retire it. I think it's time to.
Yeah.
I think it's time to let it go.
And you know what I hate about that whole thing? I hate that Busta Rhymes' career has been reduced to that.
I know.
It feels
Right?
like his career has been reduced to just that verse, because that's what keeps him going the longevity wise with these kids. It's not the Blockbuster album. It's not ELE.
I know, right?
It's
right?
not that. It's that damn verse that he did 14 years ago.
That's insane to think about, right?
Yes.
That's crazy.
And that's past his fucking prime.
But see,
That's the other part.
This is the same thing we say about Drake. Drake knows how to align himself with certain artists or do certain things to keep his career going at such a high level the way that he does. That was Busta Rhymes' version of that. Yeah. That verse, right? Yeah. And
But it's just like he keep doing it. It's like, hey, bro, like when people can imitate you doing it better than you, then it might be that time.
Busta, I'm sorry, you my guy, but that verse has got to go. That verse got to go.
What you got, bro?
I know. So for my off the dome, I look back to 5 years ago, 2019.
Okay.
Looking at the hip hop albums that came out that year,
Ooh.
and I got 3 for you.
Okay.
I got 3.
I feel like that's a rough year, but come on.
And I want you to rank them.
Okay.
All right. So one, we got Rhapsody, Eve,
Okay.
Freddie Gibbs, Bandana,
Uh-huh.
Benny the Butcher, Plugs I Met. Rank these three albums.
Benny, Freddie, Rhapsody.
Okay, so
That-
that's
that-
the opposite of what I had it. How I had it.
I
on
think
here,
you
but okay.
went. I think Benny was second, right? Or was it
Mm.
third? Oh, okay. No.
Third.
So the Plugs I Met,
Is one.
Bandana. Now, if it
two.
was Alfredo, it'd be something else.
Okay,
I enjoy
okay.
Alfredo more, right? And then Rhapsody.
Okay.
But that's actually a pretty solid 3.
Right.
But
I know,
that's
right?
a solid 3.
And
And I think that was Rhapsody's more attempt at commercial stuff. That's probably why I don't. It's like I like it, but I don't love it. You know what I'm saying?
I got you. I see what
Yeah.
you're saying. That's interesting. I actually think.
But
First of all, I love all three of these albums.
you'll give me with drill talk. Like you'll give me with the Plugs I Met.
Yes, it's different. And
Wow.
I know
all that.
Man, I haven't revisited Eve in a while. At least not as a whole project. But it's
And
still,
maybe that's what it is too.
yeah. And there are still a couple songs from that album that I play.
Yeah.
Like the intro Nina. Oh my God, that shit sound even better today, right?
Like conceptually, I probably want to go back and listen to it because I know there were odes to black women. throughout
Yeah,
the
right.
album. I mean,
right.
excuse me.
I think I want to go. I think I'm gonna go Bandana first.
Okay.
Then I'm gonna go the Plugs I Met,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna go Eve. Now
Okay.
the plug. Listen, I had just started listening to Benny around the time that the Plugs I Met came out, and that shit caught me by surprise. I think the intro he had Black Thought on there and was going back. Man, that crazy came out of nowhere, right?
Yeah.
But again, I haven't revisited Eve in a minute. I feel like that album probably aged better
Probably
than
the
I
first
thought
two-
it did.
Probably in the first 2, honestly.
So, I would need to go back. But from what I remember, like, I definitely want to go Bandana first.
Like
Because
it's
Freddie
like
went crazy in there.
Conceptually, it was there, and production-wise, it was there. It's not a bad album, but I have to go off of the feeling that I had when I listened to all 3 at the time.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm gonna definitely go Benny, Freddie, then
Got you.
Rap. So.
Got you. That's what's up, man.
But yeah, man, that was off the dome. People, which concert of a person would you not go to that you're a complete fan of? Tell us why.
Yep. And then rank these 3 albums from 2019. We got Rhapsody, Eve, Freddie Gibbs, Bandana, and Benny the Butcher, Plugs I Met.
Yes, sir. Hey, man, OS Gang, what's happening, family and kin folk?
cracking.
Man, we just got a few OG topics here, man. Nothing that's news-centric, nothing that's current eventy. Where do we start, man? Do you want to go Blurred first or music first?
We usually do Blurred last.
Okay,
So
let's
we
go.
can say that.
Let's try music, man. We are here because we are actually products. We sit here and talk about, the 90s rap is, and, 2000 rap is, music that raises. Well, let's talk about the music that really, like, groomed us in our adult years, right?
Word.
We got to talk about the rappers that came out in the blog era, the 2010s. Because there are a lot, you know what I'm saying? We've been talking so much about the big 3 or maybe even a big 4 or 5.
Or
you know what I'm
5.
saying? Because, you know what I'm saying, if you want to include Nicki or Future.
Yeah.
Along with those other 3 that we talk about every week.
Every week,
Since
right?
this shit didn't happen. We gonna put them off to the side, right? There are a lot of artists that have come out in the blog space, in the blog era, in the last of the mixtape era. You know what I'm saying? It feels like. And we just gotta sit here and see, like, who really didn't live up to their full potential.
Okay.
So I can name a few off the top of my head, and I know Johnny can kind of course correct me on a few. So I'm thinking Wiz Khalifa. I'm thinking Big Crit. I'm thinking Big Sean. I'm thinking Mac Miller, rest in peace. I'm thinking who else?
Would you say ASAP Rocky?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Because
Okay.
absolutely.
Okay.
Shit, that might be the one. He might be one of them because I'm thinking about ASAP Rocky's rise to prominence, right? Like the whole ASAP movement, for one, being one of those New York rappers that didn't lean too heavily on a heavy New York sound coming out, because he was doing Texas Screw
Okay.
a lot.
Yep.
So a lot of those songs didn't sound like a traditional New York MC, like him and maybe a French Montana.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah,
I
like
that.
those guys, like they ushered in a new era of New York. You know what I'm saying? Like that movement. And I don't know if the purists embraced them, but like the trendy niggas like a Fabulous did. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Fab real trendy. Man.
I know. And thinking about just different eras of hip hop, period, right? It's like the older generations aren't really going to embrace the newer generations, at least right off the bat.
Yeah.
And when the blog era happened, this is the the boom of the internet, YouTube. We got all of these different hip hop blog sites basically that report on this. This is where people went to go find the new popping artists, right? Because before that, it was radio. It was 106 and Park. It might have been a little bit of TRL. Like those were the venues in which we were to find, the new artists that we, found and liked and things like that. But with the boom of the internet and all of these websites and blog sites, I know Hip Hop DX is still one that I kind of go back to every now and then. Today.
That's the last one still standing.
That's crazy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Crazy. So it's interesting that hip hop itself has always found a way to reinvent and adapt to what the changes in the world, right?
Mm-hmm.
We talk about it all the time with streaming and things like that, but I don't know if we've really sat and visited the blog era like no, I feel like we're about to right now.
And we need to, because now we're coming up on 10-year anniversaries of certain albums and certain things like that. Like the pinnacle of the blog era, I hate to say it, but it's so far gone, right? Because the mixtape was so good. They made it an album later, right? And that was in 2009, bro.
That's crazy.
That's the pinnacle. That is the pinnacle of it. Like, the success of So Far Gone helps the coloring book win Grammys years later, right? Like, that happens, right? Because,
absolutely.
So, you can't shy away from that. So, like, I see another artist here, Joey Badass. What do you think about that? What do you think about him? You think he underachieved? Because before you answer, right? Mm-hmm. And I'll just use this as a caveat. Your measure of success is not always your music, because other rappers, maybe like a Jay-Z, shows you that you can make money outside of your
other
music.
Avenues, right?
Other avenues for your streaming, right? I mean, for your streams of income. Mm-hmm. So a lot of these people have found success outside of just the music.
Right. Now, are we measuring?
And that's the thing.
And
that's where it's getting to the conversation of, are we judging the music only, or are we judging the fact that they have spawned other avenues of success, what you can deem to be successful? Because I want to stay on Joey, but like use Nipsey as an example, right?
Right.
Nipsey didn't pop until damn near it was, he had about 2 years, then he was gone, right?
Right.
But he was a XXL freshman in 2010. Mm-hmm. His debut album, even though he dropped multiple mixtapes or album quality mixtapes in the meantime, his debut didn't come out to 2018.
I know, that's crazy, right? That's insane. That's insane to think about.
So who's the measure? Like, how can you measure that success? You know what I'm saying? He stayed relevant, but for niggas dying. I mean, I hate to say that about Nipsey, right? That's crazy. But I said niggas' careers can die in a shorter amount of time if they're not packaged right, if they don't put certain things out, or whatever the case may be.
And I think even with that metric, the fact that he was able to stay as relevant as he did, for that
long amount of time,
and then dropping his debut album that a lot of people debate as a classic, right?
Yes.
To me in itself, that's a success.
Yes,
like that's a success.
But Nipsey is kind of like 1-on-1, right? Because we'll just stay over there with that, right? But like Joey Badass in particular, right? Because Joey has a cult-like following. Mm-hmm. Joey can rap.
Absolutely.
He can rap.
Absolutely.
But give me a Joey Badass song that has made it outside of the underground. And is that not successful, or is it successful? Because maybe he was trying to get, a commercial push, and it just didn't happen in that way. And then artists like Currency, artists like Freddie Gibbs, they're blog era rappers. And they have had a proven track record of success outside of commercial hits.
True. And we're talking about non-musical success.
Yeah.
Now, between Joey Badass dropping in the blog era and now, I'm not exactly sure what he's been doing behind the scenes. Now, I do know he has a role on one of the Powers, correct?
Yeah. He's pretty much just kind of gone to full-blown acting. But, I mean, he still drops verses here and there.
Right. So, I honestly, did he underachieve? I think with the ability that we know Joey Badass has, right? Mm-hmm. especially as an artist, as a rapper. I would say yes.
Okay.
I would say yes. Because again, not sure what he was doing behind the scenes all of those years. I'm pretty sure it's still dropping maybe mixtapes or projects or things like that, but nothing that really caught on like that. I think his last like I guess big one was like 1999, right?
Yeah.
And he just put out a sequel to that last year or year before.
I think it might have been something like that.
Yeah,
Something like that.
which again,
Which was a good
2000
album.
was fire. 2000 was fire. The album was fire. But in that span, right? What else has been going on in Joey Badass's career? Not saying that he, broke or anything like that, but as far as what we deem success to be, not sure what is, not really sure what's been going on in the background. This could be something that I'm completely missing, but I don't know. I kind of feel like, as of today, minus him being on Power and all that, maybe he's underachieved in his career.
Just a smidget.
Yeah.
It's like if you didn't have anything else to lean on, would we be talking about you?
Exactly. So, and then he might make a full pivot from music and just get into acting. I heard he killing it on Power.
Oh yeah, he's one of the bright spots in the show.
Yeah,
right?
so
You know what I'm saying? But it's kind of like, okay, Joey, like Mac Miller, like Mac had a great run. You know what I'm saying? Like probably like one of the festival kings. Like he's one of those. Sure. He's one of those spaces, right? Yeah. And I think even though I wasn't fully in tune with Mac Miller, I was very aware of his ability, his marketability, his, I'll tap into some of them songs. I wouldn't say I was listening to the whole project. I paid attention to the name of that last album. It was right before he died. It was a great album. I think it was called Swimming. Swimming was a really good album, like really good. And it might have been, the depression and all that, on the album. You know what I'm saying? That made it as good as it was to me. But it's like Mac Miller still had it's like the thing about the blog era, you didn't need commercial success, it feels like, to be successful.
Yep.
Because as long as you had your quarter of the internet riding for you.
And so that's a great point, right? Because you're absolutely right. Like I said before, the internet and this blog era was a brand new avenue for rap artists, right?
Yeah.
So if you could build a big enough following on your YouTube or or on these blogs that are, if you got like 5 different blogs that's talking about you all the time, you can go book shows and cities you never even thought you could go to now.
Yeah, because think about it like this, right? A rapper like Wiz Khalifa doesn't have a classic album to his name. He has a classic mixtape. Mm-hmm. He got Cushion Orange Juice. I'll give you that. Mm-hmm. That's it. You can't name one Wiz Khalifa album that's just like a slapper from top to bottom. But Wiz is Wiz.
It's true.
He is Wiz. Wiz made a true lane for himself. He helped damn near rejuvenate Juicy J's career.
True. Okay.
As a solo, as a solo artist, as a solo act, Taylor Gang, him and Wiz. Wiz and Juicy J. Oh my God, yeah, man, what nasty work. So it's a great thing, you know what I'm saying? But it's like you don't have to have a classic album to even survive here.
Right.
You don't.
And then we all know what was Black and Yellow. Like,
yeah.
That's absolutely caught one.
I'm like, that's his one.
Yeah.
Like
he really he can eat off that forever now.
Because you gotta think about it, right? Wiz can ultimately do festivals and things like that. He did. I know he was acting for a while. I know he did the movie with Snoop Dogg. Like kind of like those things. It was just like he just found other avenues to be great. Yep,
and of course he's in the cannabis game now, so he got that going too. So yeah, man, listen, Wiz is definitely like the upper tier of the blog era.
For sure,
rappers.
And it's kind of like, okay, I don't know. I've been picking on Big Sean a lot lately. But out of his discography, he got one good album. Mm-hmm. That would get most people up out of here.
True.
Because if your one is My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, no, I'm tripping. My Dark Sky Paradise.
Yeah. I was like Kanye.
It was kind of like the same. Like no, it's not. But Dark Sky Paradise, it came out 9 years ago.
That is crazy.
And that's your third album.
That's crazy.
Anybody else would not have that grace, and that just shows you the power of the blog era, and you still having a core fan base. Because I became a fan of Big Sean with the Detroit. I think it was like everybody dropped like a mixtape quality. I mean, album quality mixtape before they drop their debut album, which is probably arguably better than their debut albums if you want to go look at
the track record, right?
The only person that doesn't apply for is Kendrick.
Okay.
Because his debut is Good Kid, Mad City.
Yeah,
compared to Section 80. Everybody else, Drake, J. Cole, like Big Sean, because Big Sean dropped Detroit, which was a great project. Compared to Finally Famous, whoop.
Yeah.
Like, no sir. But
interesting.
It's just like Big Sean is a benefactor of that, I believe. Who else? Like Big Crit. I ain't gonna run from guys I like to. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Would you consider him to have been considered him underachieved? Because I think he's had solid projects, and I think even the time he dropped the double album, it's escaping me right now. I thought that album was really, really good, but that's my opinion. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure what the masses think of that double album.
Right. I mean, just thinking about it, I don't know if Big Crit has underachieved. Now, I don't know what he has outside of music. I don't know his other ventures, acting or anything like that.
It's really just music.
Just me. Okay.
Production and that, like that's all it is, right?
And I think the reason I don't think he's underachieved is because, again, if we're starting from 2000 7, 8 as a blog era,
you can say that
we're coming up on almost 20 years, right? And Big Crit has found a way, again, carved his own lane, has found a way to keep himself relevant, not only with production but also with his music. He just put out My Sub 6 like not too long ago, right? So the fact that he's able to rap as well as he does, and honestly, you can arguably say that he's getting a little better as time progresses. I know a lot of he has his own following, right?
Yeah.
But I feel like he may just need that one to catch for the mainstream, but he doesn't need it.
He doesn't need it
because he can still tour right now if he wanted to.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's kind of like because Crit he falls into that category of somebody that dropped the best project that they ever made right before the mainstream hits.
Yeah.
Crit was here, took the internet by fucking storm.
That's right.
And then now you get into the deal with Def Jam. Def Jam doesn't know how to handle or package that. And we seen them fumble other artists. So it's not just a Big Crit thing.
Of course.
So it's just like, it just didn't work out. Now, some of the songs still hit, some of the albums still hit, but it's just like, I don't think he's made a trash album, but I don't think it's ever been like,
like damn, that's fire.
Like but
super
this the one,
fire.
though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because, like, Forever's a mighty long time. That's what I was thinking about. That came out 2017. That was our first year of podcasting. That's how I remember, because I remember us doing like a top 5. I know it's like somewhere in that space for me, but that's me because I'm biased.
Right.
I ain't gonna hold you. I enjoyed that fucking album.
That's funny.
So I'm not gonna lie to you, but it's just like we gonna be honest. Let's be honest. Did he underachieve a little bit? But I mean, it depends on what we're looking at.
Right.
Can he still drop a project today?
Absolutely.
Okay then.
Absolutely.
Well, I think you're successful if you talking about your debut came out in 2012.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, for sure. Now, I got one for you. And
Okay.
you tell, like, again, hold me accountable if this is not a blog era, because, my time sense is terrible.
Yeah.
But Kid Cudi.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Do you think Kid Cudi is underachieved?
Absolutely not. No.
No?
No.
Okay.
Cudi got a he got a corner of the internet. He got a corner of the internet. Hell no. Yeah. Hold on. What? I don't know what. Cudi got warriors, man.
That's funny. That's funny.
Cudi got them, man. Like it's like we gotta think. You remember how big Day and Night was?
Oh, absolutely.
And then him being attached to Kanye for all those years. Kissy Ghost came out. People were still excited when that happened. Remember when Kanye dropped
I remember that.
album? Yeah, I know, right? But it don't matter. People
was listening.
Yeah, people listen. He dropped the album. Was that not too long ago?
He did. I thought it came. Look, I don't know. I thought it came and went, but hey.
Listen. I thought I was gonna listen to it, but something else came out. I was
See,
like,
look, I'm cool,
but just Cudi done kind of settled into weird stuff. Like I don't know if I want to listen to it no more. Like you know what I'm saying?
Listen,
because it's like some of these people be acquired taste when it comes to music, and it's okay.
True. That's true. Now you mentioned Mac Miller and his last album maybe being a little bit more on the depressing side.
Yeah.
I feel like Kid Cudi's entire career has been that way. And like you
Yeah.
said, that definitely carves out his own space in the corner of the internet that I am unfamiliar with.
The fact that people can continue to have like a space in their corner of the internet and it just works. It literally works.
Yeah, and definitely with like, I know like emo and emotional music, like all that stuff has definitely been a thing. But like I feel like that kind of exploded maybe in the blog era, and it has again continued to hold its own lane. So that's something he can keep tapping into.
Let me ask you this, because he technically counts as a blog era rapper. I'm thinking about most people that were on those early issues of XXL freshman list.
Okay,
Lil Dicky.
hey,
This is the
Lil
only time.
Dicky
This is the only time we ever mentioned him on here outside of the show.
has absolutely not underachieved
Okay.
because he also has gotten into his acting bag. He had his own show on FX, had 2 seasons. Hey, it is the White Atlanta. That show is great. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I'm not here to argue with that.
The show Dave is really good. So you know, if you got time, watch it.
It's just like that. Like it's just like I was never checking for Lil Dicky at all. Pause if applicable. Like you know what I'm saying? You better lead into that acting.
No, facts. I've never listened to a Lil Dicky project.
I'm good.
Can he freestyle? Absolutely. I've seen him on Sway. I've seen him on all these little.
But it's like it's so many people, and it's like if we ever want to revisit this conversation, we probably need to look at those XSL freshman lists, like
Nah,
just,
for real.
just
For
to see
real.
like who's on there. Like, hold on, you know who probably like really underachieved? Like Diggy Simmons, like Lil
Oh,
Diggy.
no,
Now,
well, I don't know
'cause
because he got into his acting bag too. He did.
But he had an album that was actually pretty dope. He had a song with Jadakiss. The song was fire. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, what happened, bro?
Hey man, look, he got into that acting money. It's different.
Well, he's just on grownish. Ain't nothing else, right?
I don't know. Like I like Groner, so maybe that's my bias talking.
Yeah. I was trying
That's
to
my
think.
bias. Like, what else he
I was
on?
trying to think what else he's on.
I don't
Like,
know.
At least Joey Badass, he got off grownish and went somewhere else.
Hey man, he was dating Lotto on that show, so I don't care.
Lotto?
Lotto was on Grownish. She played like a recurring
Okay.
character.
Yeah, stop watching.
She was Diggy Simmons' love interest on the show.
Oh,
they
okay.
broke up though, but still.
Oh, okay. That's right.
Shout out to Lotto.
Shout out to Lotto, man. That's crazy.
Trying to think who else. I mean, we definitely don't need to mention Cole or
Like we
Kendrick.
ain't gotta mention them. Like
What about Schoolboy Q?
I wouldn't consider him blog era. Well, the reason I say this is because he came well after Kendrick was established, and I'm not serious. I don't want to argue about the timelines of who started rapping first.
Yeah.
It's just like Kendrick's clearly the top dog of TDE, like in that whole conglomerate. So it's kind of like I don't even want to. Anybody that came like 2015. When did his first album come out? 2015.
Oh, Schoolboy. I think so. Hold on.
I'm focusing on them first, like the first half, I guess. Like I shouldn't have brought up Lil Dicky did, but you know what I'm saying? It was like I was just started thinking about it. But it's like the blog era. I'm thinking like those 2009 to 2014 guys.
Okay. Oxymoron came out in 2014.
Okay.
So he's on the tail end of the
the
blog era.
Because the blog era didn't last long. Because by that time it's straight streaming. Like it's not really. I don't know if there's really like mixtapes anymore.
Yeah. And I mean, if we take that, right?
Yeah.
With the blog era not being that long in span,
Yeah.
the fact that a lot of these rappers still can drop music today, can still tour, things like that, I guess we can say whoever can still go out and do that hasn't underachieved, but some are.
It's like the only way you can really like talk about that is if we're really only talking about the music.
Yeah, right. Yeah. For sure.
And I guess that's what the conversation we probably should have put the preface on. like, hey, what about this nigga's music?
Listen, because if we being honest, the most successful outside of Kendrick and Cole, out of the blog era, is Our Future, because everybody tied to Our Future has gone on to do things by themselves musically, acting wise, producing wise, like all kind of I can't
argue with that.
Like Lionel, he's on The Bear. He's the pastry guy on The Bear.
Oh, yeah.
He's from Our Future.
I knew I seen him from somewhere.
So like Our Future is probably shit.
If you're talking about like a whole conglomerate of people, yeah. Okay. I ain't arguing with that.
Yeah, man. No, that's a fire conversation.
Hey, man.
We might have to rehash this.
We gonna have to because I'm telling you, we go through them double XL. Let's just phrase it double XL freshmen.
Yeah,
who made it, who didn't make it, because we can talk about
where
that.
are they now?
Man, what?
Hey, they might. Nah, we go. I'm gonna write that down because
Right
that might be a whole episode one day.
Well,
That's
man.
crazy.
Well, you know how if you hear, we hear. You know how what we give up, man. Blurred topic, blurred segment. We gotta start asking hypotheticals, man, because we're in a weird space in comic book lore, in comic book space, in the comic book content world when it comes to these movies. And I have a simple question, and we're here to dice it up, chop it up. Hopefully, we can get to a definitive answer. Can the MCU be saved by these two famous teams, the X-Men and the Fantastic Four? Johnny,
Great question.
what you think, bro?
Off the dome, I'm going to say yes. Now, we know the MCU itself is in a lull right now.
Yeah.
We understand. We got Deadpool and Wolverine coming out this year. It's the only MCU movie coming out in 2024. After Endgame, things have been a little spotty. Like we understand. We preface all that, right?
Yeah.
Now that we actually have the casting and we know Fantastic Four, I believe they begun filming. If not, they'll definitely start sometime this summer. So we loosely know the premise. We know they're in the alternate universe.
Yeah.
I think that gives the MCU leeway in like their storytelling. It doesn't have to be linear to what we already know the MCU to be. Everything from the first Iron Man on through Endgame, right? So it doesn't have to be.
All right, well, the present movies. I'm sorry.
I don't even. What's the last year they came out? I don't even remember. They came out last year.
That is crazy.
I know
I'm
that's.
drawing a blank.
I want to say Wakanda Forever, but that ain't it.
No, that ain't it. That's 22. I
Man,
think.
look, that's crazy. That's crazy.
That's
Was it Thor? Love and Thunder?
No, it was another.
It's something after that. Anyway,
why you do that?
yeah, look, nah, for real. So they have a lot of leeway to tell a different type of story with this Fantastic Four
It
team.
was the Marvels.
And I like that movie. That's crazy. That's crazy. They came out in November, right?
It was Ant-Man, Guardians, and the Marvels. Those were the last 3 Marvel films.
From last year. Damn,
Yeah,
that's
crazy.
That's crazy. But with that being said, Marvel definitely they can tell the type of story they want to tell, and it doesn't have to be necessarily connected to what we already know, right? In this alternate universe, Silver Surfer is going to be a woman. Which means that we have to have a Silver Surfer in the MCU universe that we know, which I think is 616. Everything, I think most things that they do in this movie will be a prelude or foreshadow to something in our MCU universe, which means they can go crazy. They can go crazy. Yeah. And I don't know. I think the MCU does well with ensemble films, like think Civil War, think Guardians. What other movies am I thinking?
Well, Avengers films.
The Avengers films, right?
Okay, but I think yes. Have we seen them? I don't know. Have we seen them do a team movie like where the team is organic? It's not contingent upon them teaming up.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah. Like the
Guardians.
Guardians is the only one, right?
Yeah, it's the only one. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
But there never have been like a team like this is Fantastic Four, X-Men. Like you know what I'm saying? Like it's these guys that never really do solo films. It's this by themselves.
Unless we count.
And I guess and the only thing we can count is Guardians. So you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. I don't know why I have so like I have reservations. Like I just do like
because the shit I would say since 2021 because we didn't have any MCU movies in 2020. But since 2021, it's just been a slight hit or a really big miss. and I think that's where your reservations come from. Yeah. And with technically the Fantastic Four being a brand new property in the MCU. Now, we've seen different iterations of the Fantastic Four. For whatever reason, for people's own reasons, they don't like those two teams. That could also play into the reservations because, again, this is a team that we've seen 2 different iterations of, hasn't been the best.
Yeah.
How can they improve on that?
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's where a lot of
because it's like the first version of the team fits well into the MCU. Like how that
Jessica Alba them.
I mean, how the comic booky and slapstickish shit was. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's damn near like pow. Like you know what I'm saying? They do a fight sequences like
nah.
that fits perfectly into the MCU. Now the rebrand one, Like they tried to make that dark.
And what's crazy, like I really liked the Michael B. Jordan Fantastic
Like
Four.
I'm not saying
I thought
anything
it was
was
good.
wrong with it, but it's just like we seen how y'all tried to do
The different
different
parallels.
parallels. It's like
So do you think? Okay, so with that, do you think they should somehow meet in the middle with this one?
absolutely.
Okay.
It's a way to do it, and I think we can have like a good blend of humor and seriousness, but you got to give these characters layers, and I think that's what we need, right? But it's kind of like, I don't know, bro. It's just,
I think the biggest way to fumble this, right? And we haven't even gotten to X-Men yet, but the biggest way to fumble Fantastic Four is for the movie to be really good or a great movie, and they're not utilized in Kang Dynasty or Secret Wars. Because I would imagine that this version of the Fantastic Four will somehow end up in Universe 616.
they have to.
They have to, right?
Yeah.
So if they end up in Universe 616 and they're not utilized in great scale during the Kang Dynasty or Secret Wars, that is a huge fumble. Because this could be the team, Fantastic Four could be the team to like replace what Iron Man was as a figurehead.
I got you.
Right?
And it's like when you see it, it's kind of like you think about, I'm drawing a blank. It's just like when I see that the Fantastic Four is going to be there, and it's just,
That's okay, bro. Let it out.
I'm frustrated, man. I think that's what it is. And the Kang stuff. That's what I was getting.
Okay.
At. It's like the Kang, you shouldn't have brought Kang out. It's like we playing spades. You led with your highest spade first. If he's a Fantastic Four villain, God damn it, he should have been over there with them niggas. You wasted him on,
everything else.
Everything else. We gonna excuse the legal stuff. We gonna excuse the real life stuff. That's how the utilization of the character was. You let Ant-Man beat him. Ant-Man. That's what I was like. Ooh, I'm just flustered.
And what's crazy? So I'm not even. I mean, I guess I am still kind of upset that Ant-Man beat him. But the first time that Kang was in a theatrical movie,
yes,
he gets beat by Ant-Man. Now, if it's like a lesser known version of Kang that gets beat later on down the line by Ant-Man, cool, because there's supposed to be 1,000 different, million different versions anyway.
But that man's supposed to be a problem.
I know.
He's supposed to be a problem. Hope Van Dyne should have not won that.
Hey man, it's Ant-Man. He got to get defeated by ants. It's only right?
That's different. All right, man. But it's like hilarious. So the casting, we all agreed that we liked the casting because we talked about it when it happened.
For sure.
We was like, okay, they got the casting. We think down, and we're just hoping that they'll write a good story, direct it correctly. I think the guy that did Spider-Man. What's the last Spider-Man film? I always get those things confused. Is Far From Home?
No Way Home. No Way Home.
I think that's John Watts. John Watts is supposed to do Fantastic Four. So whatever that looks like, you can trust that maybe there'll be a lot of TLC with this.
I'm not mad at that.
Cool, right? But let's address the big fish.
Yeah.
Can the X-Men be introduced and save the MCU?
Yeah, absolutely. They absolutely can, but they can't mess it up, and that's the problem.
Okay, let's address this too, right? Because you've been watching X-Men '97 as I have.
Oh, for sure.
You notice how I think they're using X-Men '97 to his advantage to put Wolverine as the sub character that he should be.
Oh, for sure.
So I think that's getting fans ready to understand that when you watch these films. This nigga Wolverine, he will not be the leader of the team. Like, and you have to think about it. Somebody pointed this out. Whenever you watch an X-Men film, Hugh Jackman's Wolverine was the biggest character on.
Oh, for sure.
I'm talking about bigger than X, bigger than Magneto, bigger than Jennifer Lawrence. They love Jennifer Lawrence. No. You know who show this is?
Hugh.
Wolverine.
Hugh.
Yeah. This is a huge show.
That's crazy. Right. So you're absolutely right, and I think that's a great point.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that we are getting Wolverine in Deadpool and Wolverine, even though his name is in the title, I still don't think he needs to play like that. He's going to play that big of a role, but he doesn't need the same screen time as Deadpool.
But you know what's so crazy, bro? And that's a fair point. But it's kind of like when you start thinking about the X-Men films, right? what's gonna help us understand that Wolverine isn't the main character anymore? Because we've been looking at him play the same character for 24 years. Because the first X-Men came out in 2000.
2000. Yeah.
It's 2024, and he's
That's
still
crazy.
playing this one character.
Bro, that's
Batman's and James Bonds have been recasted more.
He even died. He even died in the last Logan movie. Like,
Bro, so it's like, help me understand. Help me. Help me.
I'm hoping that this is the last time we see Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, and my brain thinks that's what they're alluding to because this is the third Deadpool film. Clearly, it's going to be heavily tied into the whole multiversal war storyline in the MCU. How else do you even bridge the gap between the Fox Marvel universe and the Disney Marvel universe?
Yeah.
With Wolverine being the biggest star of that, right?
Yep.
You got to bring him in and somehow get to merge the Fox and the Disney MCU, which I think that's what they're going to try to do with this film, with the TVA and all that, and finding Wolverine. So, I mean, I hope he don't die again, but I think it would be best because, hey, we sending Wolverine off. This is his ride into the sunset, which we thought Logan would have been, the movie Logan.
Yeah.
But nope, we get a second chance. So he's gonna be here with Deadpool, buddy cop film. Something crazy gonna happen, and hopefully he out of
Now
here.
let me ask you this: since we've had castings of two different teams in two different X-Men universes, right? Do you think it's fair to bring back some of those characters?
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, some of those actors to play those characters, like
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Because again, that's the way that you give the Fox Marvel characters their swan song. Like, cool.
No, I'm talking about like in the new, like
Oh,
the
in the
new
new
version.
oh,
Did
no,
that-
no,
okay,
no,
that's
no,
what I'm saying.
absolutely not.
That's what I was getting to.
No,
Do
sir.
everybody get recast?
Everybody let it rip.
Even X and Magneto.
Only Ryan Reynolds needs to remain. Only Ryan Reynolds.
He who remained.
Facts.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Because I like Michael Fassbender as Magneto. Like
I do. No. I do too. Don't get me wrong.
Like I wouldn't say he's better than Sir Ian McKellen, but I'm not gonna say that. But I really enjoy. Him.
I did
Because he
too.
tapped into that evil shit quicker than Iron McKellen's just an old Iron Man. That's different. You know what I'm saying? Michael Fassbender, it seemed like he was just really with the shits. Like, I don't care about none of this.
Yeah.
I don't care about none of this. I'm done with y'all.
It's true.
I hate y'all.
No, you're absolutely right. You are absolutely right. But
I feel like anybody can play Professor X, respectfully. You know what I'm saying? Like anybody can play. You know, we can get anybody to play.
that's crazy.
But that
Magneto different.
Magneto different.
Nah, but no. That
Okay, that's
listen. We give them their swan song in Deadpool and Wolverine because listen, I don't know this to be fact, but I imagine that those characters will be in this film to some capacity.
Yeah. We gonna see Halle Berry as Storm again.
Man,
One last time.
Need that.
Okay,
So,
I'm with it. All right. It's just we've gotten so accustomed to seeing certain characters in certain spaces. So pretty much we're under the impression that both teams are needed to save the MCU.
yeah. No.
I don't think that was really a debate. It was just like, what do you think that looks like?
Because I'm about to say, who want to go see Thor 5? They are talking about Thor 5 already.
Oh no, that's happening.
So
Like, well, I mean,
that shit don't get me excited.
You seen the fact that the cliffhangers, like you supposed to fight Hercules and shit.
I know, but I don't care. I don't care.
Well, let's ask this. I don't know if we'll stay here long, but so James Gunn, who actually the Guardians of the Galaxy films under his belt.
Yeah.
Not to mention Peacemaker and the Suicide Squad.
Yes.
The Suicide Squad. He's now over at DC. He's premiered a lot of the Superman Legacy photos and stuff like that. Johnny, simple question.
Yes, sir.
Do you think James Gunn's vision for Superman Legacy will kick off, some great things for DCU in their attempt at a connected universe?
Honestly, I think so.
Okay.
And the reason, and I think it will be, well, I hope it'll be successful in the way that it will become successful. So first of all, I trust in James Gunn. Like, I don't know. Is that
He
weird
really
to
ain't.
say?
I'll say this. he really ain't got misses.
So okay,
that's the
so cool.
That's the thing. Like if you want to, like if you look at the span of what I just said, his lineup was. If you talking about the comic book stuff, I can't speak about before or after. Right, I'm only talking about all 3 Guardians films, Peacemaker, and the Suicide Squad. All critically acclaimed. All everybody kind of fucks with them.
Absolutely.
Nobody really trashes them. You know what I'm saying?
But my only thing with this is people, the masses, the people that go watch the movies and the TV shows.
Yeah.
They have to not view these James Gunn's DC movies with the lens of what we've already seen in the past.
I don't think they will, because I think that we've only had one Superman film in the past 10 years.
I know, which is
you know
crazy.
what I'm saying?
Which is
So
crazy.
I mean, we've seen Henry Cavill play, his version of Superman. I think 3 films?
Let's see, Man of Steel, Batman vs Superman, Justice League. If you want to count the cameo,
and Shazam.
yeah.
Oh.
No, sorry. Black Adam. He was in the post-credit scene for Black Adam.
Okay,
if you want to count that.
You technically in Shazam too.
Well, no, I think they put somebody else in his.
Oh, okay.
That's why I ain't show his face.
Oh, fair enough. So it's kind of like, okay, we've only seen that Superman, so I don't think there's an emotional attachment to it. I mean, it's kind of like it's Christopher Reeves, then him, then Brandon Routh with the Superman Returns, right?
Yeah.
Now, it just depends on what they want to do with this story. Does this have a linear version to like what they tried to do with Superman Returns? Because Superman Returns was kind of like the 6th movie in the Superman space.
Yep.
So Man of Steel was supposed to be the rebirth and something completely different. So would you want a continuation of the Christopher Reeve story, or just like I don't want to see him on a farm in Kansas though either. Like I just want him to be Superman.
I just want pure Superman.
Yeah,
I want to.
He could be year 2 Superman. Like we
say,
doing with year 2.
The movie need to start. He need to be flying already.
Yeah,
like
I don't need to see him on the farm with Kansas. Martha, I don't want to deal with none of that. I don't want to deal with none of that. We good on that, brother.
Facts. Nah, yeah, this definitely needs to be like a brand new Superman story, not tied to anything that we've seen Superman or Batman wise.
Yeah.
In the past.
And now this is the thing, right? Does it have to have the effect of what Iron Man was in 2007 or 8 to really get the universe popping? Because now I know it's not really fair to compare Iron Man to Superman. Iron Man is just a very successful film, but Superman is Superman. Like it's the character is way bigger and more popular.
I think they need to not focus. So we know there's about to be a new connected universe, right? Yes. Cool. Don't focus on that in the Superman movie. Make a Superman movie. Maybe put an Easter egg here and there that alludes to some shit coming down the line. Yeah. Don't make the movie already like connecting stuff down the line, because that's going to take away from what the Superman movie could be. That's kind of where my head is with it. And I think that may be the issue with Marvel. Like I understand we got the multiversal saga. I get that.
Yeah.
But they're too focused on trying to connect everything, and I think that's where a lot of the individual properties are getting lost in translation.
You think so? Well, okay. At first, it didn't seem so obvious, right?
Yeah, right, exactly.
Now
it's absolutely obvious.
we built a sub business off the fact that there are Easter eggs here.
Yes.
And breaking this down and trying to decipher this and go back and read comic book 683. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, for real.
Facts.
Nothing's wrong with that, because it shows that they at least care about the source material. So I'm not mad at that. Mm-hmm. I'm just upset that we have to keep listen, you want these movies to make money. Listen, these can't be fan service for the niggas that only read comic books, because that's the case. Just put that shit on streaming and keep that shit moving.
And that's it.
But we trying to get numbers in this. DC don't have $1 billion movies like that. You know what I'm saying? That's respectfully, and they got the bigger characters.
Right.
You got the best woman character, and y'all fumbled her in a space
twice.
No,
we talking about Wolverine?
No,
Wolverine.
Wonder Woman. we like the first Wonder Woman.
We did, but I don't think it wasn't as critically acclaimed as it could have been.
You know what this is like? It's kind of like Wonder Woman, the first film, is kind of like the first Captain America.
Exactly,
it's kind of like, it's cool. It's cool.
I can tolerate it. Decent plot.
Yeah.
A nice origin film.
Yeah, and then it's in the past, too. It's kind of like, I don't, and then now we get to 84, like, oh, this is crazy. That was disgusting.
Super nasty.
But no, I mean, Superman Legacy has a lot on his shoulders. And I guess that's why Superman got to be first. He got to.
You got to lead with the big Joker.
You got to, man.
You got to,
because this is the thing. We Batmaned out. I don't care. I don't care what Batman Beyond is like. Honestly, I really don't.
Have you ever seen the cartoon?
No.
Okay. Well.
No. They. Hold on. Wait. What's the name of? It's Batman Bold and some shit, right?
Oh, Brave and the Bold.
That's what
Brave
I'm talking about.
Yeah,
I ain't mean Batman Beyond. I'm sorry. I
Look,
didn't mean
cool.
that.
Cool.
I didn't mean
it's
that.
Okay. It's
I
okay.
meant the movie. Like that's what I'm talking about. Niggas don't care about that shit, man. I mean, they do, but it's kind of like we are Batman out.
Would you feel that same way if the Batman didn't come out?
Yes. I mean, no. I wouldn't. I would not.
I got you.
Because like we got two Batman universes going on at the same time, and Matt Reeves.
That's gonna be crazy.
And then no matter what I might think about the long ass film, they cooking.
No,
It is cooking.
What's crazy is that movie got straight to it. It said the Batman and got
then
straight to it. It wasn't no prelude. It wasn't none of that.
We ain't have to do no
origin story.
3
hours of heat.
2.5 hours.
Okay, 2.5 hours of heat.
I ain't never say it was trash. I was just like, oh, this is crazy.
Because then you fall asleep for like a minute.
No, I didn't. I didn't fall asleep.
Okay.
I didn't fall asleep on this one.
Right,
but no, then you got the Penguin. It's just like everything just seems to be cooking so much well. I mean, like cooking greatly for that. So it's kind of like we got to introduce another Batman.
I know.
And then now he got to get along and all this shit. You got to build up the Justice League. It's just too much.
It's too much.
And that Batman is too gritty for what I think y'all trying to do with this.
I know, right?
This Batman, what? Superman.
Talk about emo. That's crazy.
Man, what? That Batman don't even need to find it. He don't need to be around no aliens, bro.
He didn't want to be Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
Like, he really, like, we've never seen a Batman film where the Batman didn't care to be Bruce Wayne. They may have alluded to it or something like that, but we didn't see Bruce Wayne in this movie at all.
No, we did. And then it's just like you said, yeah, he was dressed up. He was in the cowl damn near the whole film.
Man, look.
And then it's just like with all that being said, it's just like DC got so many hands in the pot of trying to make quality products, and still got Joker Deuce or whatever that shit is called. It's like, all right, fam, we got Penguin, we got Joker, then we get the Superman. Hopefully that's next year.
I know, right? That's crazy. In May, right? Or July? It was July.
May, I don't know.
Somewhere in the summer. Somewhere in the summer month. So
yeah. But it's just like both the biggest comic book houses are contingent upon like some really big things happening for them. And as fans of all the content, we don't necessarily pick sides. The only reason we pick sides because this had better movie content. Right. That's the only reason. It wasn't nothing like that.
At all. Like,
I ain't biased. Me. I just watch films, baby. Like, I don't care about none of that, man. That's just me, though.
Listen, I'm definitely not. Like, it's cool when the movies take from the source material. Like, it's great to see.
Yeah.
Like, I never thought I would see that big ass starfish in the Suicide Squad. Like, that was fire, right? But I don't necessarily think these comic book movies need to pull 100% from the comics. Like, if you gotta fluff some stuff because it's the big movie studio, I get it, but just make it good.
Yeah,
just make it good.
That's all that matters. Just make it good.
So with that being said, we think the X-Men and Fantastic Four can save the MCU.
Yeah, we do. We think the Superman legacy has to save DC.
It has to.
It ain't got no. I mean, I think this right. I think if you just come out with a serviceable Superman film, we can figure out everything else.
And that's exactly
what
I'm
trying to say. Serviceable. Like, I don't think it has to be knock out the park because DC and whoever the movie studio behind DC, they already said this stuff coming, so it don't really matter if
right. It's gonna be one way or another.
Yeah. So I don't think it's like Marvel when they got with whoever and they was like, oh, we gonna do this Iron Man. Oh, people like it. All right, let's cook now. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't think it was that.
Right. That's funny. So yeah, man.
But now clearly we have reached the end of our docket. Johnny, what you got for him?
Listen, if you're on YouTube, thank you for rocking with us this long. Hit the comment section. Let us know about any of the topics that we discussed today. Mm-hmm. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that notification bell. And we'll catch y'all next week.
Yes, sir.
Now, if you on audio, you know what time it is.
You are now listening to Oversaturated, the podcast hosted by Johnnie and Ralph. Now let's get it.